That hurt. That hurt.
Welcome to the post-match press conference of the match between...
Sometimes people have sex in different ways. 69. And one way is a type of sex called oral sex.
It's really good. You know,
I don't particularly enjoy it.
set the right tone, set the standards.
No, it's not one of my favorites.
and knowledge and also experience from different people. And
Only if you're doing it right.
I am very good.
Every man thinks he knows which positions women love, but most are completely wrong.
Hey, welcome to Straight Red Card. I'm pouring myself a beer. Every man thinks he knows what positions women love. I don't know if that's necessarily true. I think in some ways, kind of try a few out and see what they like. I don't know. I mean,
yeah, it's not about what they love. It's about what we love, right?
yes, baby. Dog it. No, I mean, yeah, I think that's something you work out over time. And, you kind of talk about it because the women are all different too. They all like different things. So there's not like one set thing, right, that all women love. Like, hey, man, you can't miss it with missionary. It's the best one. Well, technically, the way they were built, actually, it would be from behind. That would be the most stimulating, technically, with the testicles hitting the clitoris area while during penetration, just like all animals.
Definitely want to get here, but it also just depends on which way you think, I guess, too, right?
Yeah, so interesting. That's an interesting. Men all think they know. I don't think that men are all that stupid. I think we know women are different and they like different things. And so it's a matter of sort of figuring it out. And most women will kind of at some point actually take control too and tell you sometimes exactly what they want, right?
Yeah.
Hey, I want you to do that.
Hey, yeah, positions like right back.
I don't know how
right on her back, maybe.
Right back. No, you need to be right down the middle, my man. Not favoring a right side of the back or the left side of the back. Down the middle. All right.
Speaking of which, Kevin wants to know how the golf game is going.
I haven't played yet. My parents just came back from Florida today. Haven't seen them yet. Won't see them till the weekend. I doubt we're going to go play golf first weekend back. Maybe we will. I don't know. But yeah, golf season will begin. We'll see how I go. I have not practiced. I do this every year, though, Kevin. I don't practice the whole winter while they're gone. And then they get back, and my mom and I go out and play on Sunday. And I actually usually play really well the first day.
I guess you could go to like what's the big driving range place? What's the big driving range place called?
Oh, with the baseball
over in Fishers.
It says like, I'm not going there. Oh, there's a golf course out there called.
It's not a course. It's just a ginormous. It's like a 3-story driving range.
Oh, I'm not going to that. That doesn't work.
My whole point is, you said I don't practice during the winter. I'm like, well, what can you possibly do to practice for winter except go play Golden Tee at a sports pub?
That's still outside, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Top golf. Thank you. Kevin's got it first.
Top golf. Yeah. I have on occasion tried new clubs and gone to like Golf World where they have the indoor thing where you hit it.
Yeah, I forgot they have places like that.
Pretend to buy clubs, get some free few shots in half hour. After all, I think I'm going to stick with my 7-iron.
You come back tomorrow when there's a new attendee there.
Yeah, I can do this again.
Yeah.
But no, I don't do that often enough. I just don't. At this point in this age of my life, I go out and play golf for the good shots. Hopefully there aren't a lot of bad ones, and just to hang out with my mom. It's kind of like hanging out with your parents thing, right? Having a good time, enjoying the weather. Right now we've got great weather, so this is going to be perfect. Hopefully, doesn't get too
I'll come
hot.
back to the ski real quick. Kevin says they're going to go to the Top Golf in Naperville this upcoming weekend. Why the trip to Chi-Town?
Yes, that's a long way up there. Well, not long. I mean, everything is relative, but I suppose, yeah.
Nothing. I mean, it's always long going up 65.
Yeah, well, it's boring, and I go up 65 every morning.
I'm just saying between 65 and the split there going to Chicago, it's always under construction.
Yeah, after like you go past, I don't know what town it would be, but like past Purdue, that's when it goes to hell.
A little bit further up towards Maryville.
Yeah, okay. Because down where I'm pretty much I'm only literally 20 minutes outside of out of Indianapolis going north on 65.
Kevin, I'm not sure why I thought you were the Fort Wayne. You lived in Fort Wayne, but I guess it's maybe I'm mixing it up, or maybe you moved. I don't know.
Well, I guess he'll let us know.
Oh, back to the thing I had up here. Roll on real quick.
Okay.
Where's? Oh, here we go. The ski says sipping some Buffalo Trace tonight, boys. Hey, you got a good one there.
What is that?
It's whiskey, bourbon. It's bourbon. It's good bourbon.
Well, I don't drink bourbon because it makes me an asshole.
You should start. Okay.
Yeah, so I don't want to. I'm already an asshole.
Maybe you should only drink it during the show. I think that'll make things interesting.
I'm already an asshole on the show. You don't need me to be double the asshole.
Yeah,
right. Wouldn't be good. Also,
real quick before I jump on to the next thing. The only reason I brought this up is I want to talk about what we were drinking. Mm-hmm. I'm about to polish off my vodka Sprite, which is flat Sprite. Nothing's worse than flat Sprite when you're mixing it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh god, this is like the worst. But you might have seen me. I had a beer of my own.
Yeah.
But this is a Corona Sunbrew Citrus Cerveza, and the only reason I'm drinking this is because the wife required me to get a Corona for her, and preferably this one because she's gluten free. She can only drink so many beers.
Yeah.
And she wanted this one, so I went out and I bought it. Came back home, and she's like, "It's not that good." I'm like, well, I'm tired of it sitting in my fridge, so I'm choking it down.
And it already has the lemon in it.
Orange and lime. It looks like
weird.
It's brewed with real citrus peels, with a splash of real citrus juice.
Yeah. Well, it'll come to nobody's surprise that I am again drinking.
In front of face.
The Three Philosophers, right? Yes, the Three Philosophers, made by Omegon. And I mean, listen, they get it in specially for me at the Big Red Liquors across the street. So I feel like I have to buy it now.
I was going to say, it only required one hand job behind the dumpster, right?
Actually, no, Jimmy doesn't make me do that anymore.
It's good that you guys are on a first name basis, though. Otherwise, it's just awkward.
I mean, I'm not good at it. I'm only good at mine. I don't know however people
different
like
strokes for different folks. I get it. Yeah.
I haven't figured out Jimmy yet. Anyhow, and I don't want to anymore, and he doesn't either. We've come to that conclusion.
It just got awkward. Just take my money. Just take my money.
It's still awkward when I go in the store. He's like, buy the goddamn beer I bought you. All right.
Especially when you have to ring the bell and him and another guy come from the back, right?
No.
Oh, come on. I know what you're doing, Jimmy.
So anyhow, I do love this. This is a great Belgian style beer made in the United States in Cooperstown, New York. Almost, what did I say it was? 10? Is this 10? Or is it 9.8? 9.7 alcohol by volume. One of the best American-made quads you will find out there. I'm having a hard time finding La Fin du Monde anymore, which is made in Canada. That could be because of the thing with the tariffs. Yeah, so that could be one of the issues there. Did want to say I'm also teaching my kids, you guys are old, so I can ask, is that true that all wives get fat eventually? Mine didn't. She just, yeah. Oh, I shouldn't say any more than that. Yeah, mine didn't. My ex-wife didn't get fat. But yeah, it can happen.
Unfortunately, I did. So I gotta look it up. I'm in the process of working that off right now.
Yeah,
I set a lofty goal that I'm going to be back in indoor shape come winter. So I got a little bit of time here ahead of me.
when I met my wife, I was 178 pounds. By the time we separated, I was 205 pounds. So there you go. So yeah, I put on weight. It was a slow progress thing. But yeah, I'm just sticking at the same fat point now for a long time. Not like super fat, but I'm definitely overweight. It's pretty
fortunately for me, unlike Derek, I've got the height, so I can stretch it out a little bit more.
Yeah,
I definitely weigh more than you, Derek, and I'm not saying that I'm not saying that you look fatter than me by any means, but I'm just saying with my height, I can hide it a little bit better.
I do have the disadvantage that I had a massive hernia, and when
True.
they put me back together, they smashed a lot of my intestines onto the opposite side of the tear. So I've got a bump on my right side. It has nothing to do with me being fat. It's just that's where all my intestines are now.
Wait, is that where your left testicle went?
No, my left testicle is still attached right underneath my penis, thankfully. All right. But that's you can go online and find pictures with people who've had massive hernias and what it looks like after they've been sewed back up. You can be skinny. In fact, after my unfortunate almost dying operation there, I got all the way down to 150 pounds. I was skinny and as a stick. My parents were like, "Are you going to eat something? Because you look like you need to eat something." And I was haggard and worn, but I still had that intestinal bump from the surgery where they pushed and my doctor never told me. I was always like, "Why is there a bump here?" He wouldn't tell me. What a dick. I mean, I shouldn't say he's a dick because he gave me a massive discount. The guy was nice because my insurance at the time with the company I worked at sucked. Well, it's my fault. I picked the cheapest one you could get, right? Like, who was I going to expect that I was going to need massive surgery and be in the hospital for 2 months? You know?
I don't know if your plan necessarily covers eagle claws or whatever they're called.
Eagle claw, yeah. What are those called? Not stitches, but
staples or whatever.
Staples, metal staples in my testicles. So anyhow, that all being said, I have a disadvantage because even when I'm thin and in almost deathly ill, I still have that little bump on my side from where they stacked all my intestines. Anyhow, it is what it is. They put it back together and it all works and I can poop and everything.
Like,
so that's what's good.
Kind of look like Guado from Total Recall.
I don't know who that is.
You know Total Recall where the guy opens up.
Oh, I've seen the movie many times.
The little mutant guy that pops out of his belly or whatever.
Oh yeah, no, I don't remember that guy. You know me. I watch movies. I move on, especially a movie like Total Recall. It's kind of like whatever. Kind of
classic,
cheesy.
Man.
It's a cheesy ass movie. All right.
Well, it's a classic '80s flick. Come on.
Classic '80s cheese flick.
Most of '80s is either comedy or cheese. That's all '80s was.
I'll do better on the comedy, probably more than likely. Also,
Doctor.
Yep. Teaching the kids, we're reading anti-war poetry after World War I, right? So that's been heavy.
Yeah.
Derek just jerks it to 3 titty women. That's not even something you can find, Larry.
What, you got to watch Total Recall again, then, Derek. Come on.
No, I remember the 3-titted woman, and I thought it was absurd and silly then, and I think it's absurd and silly now.
That one spot on your VHS copy of it was faded, so every time you got close to it, it starts skipping past it.
Oh, it's so obvious it was fake. Come on.
Well, yeah, there's not a lot of 3-titty lady walking around here, man.
That's why, AI so bad too. So obvious it's fake.
At least those are real fake tits. So
yeah. Well, that Tiger Woods AI thing was hilarious. Where he storms the winning ceremony with Rory McIlroy at the Masters, and he flips his car over. Yeah. He gets out with a bottle of whiskey, and he's drunk as hell. Yeah. Oh my God! I'm sorry. I know that some people were upset by that. But that's still funny, people.
That's how he was playing on Saturday.
Who?
McIlroy.
Oh, no, he won.
I'm saying on Saturday.
Oh, when he was even par or something like that.
He dropped a couple strokes. Let the rest of the group catch back up and made it eventful. I guess maybe that's what it was.
Okay. So the poems we were reading in class are by Sassoon and Wilfred Owen, two guys who managed to survive World War I fighting on the British side, and they're anti-war, and they're obviously anti-war. And so I'm trying to figure out. We talked about World War I in a big sense, saying how ridiculous the war was for starters. Like a guy named Franz Ferdinand gets assassinated by a Serbian, and then Austria-Hungary declares war on Serbia. So Russia declares war on Austria-Hungary. So Germany declares war on Russia, and so France declares war on Germany. And it's the most, and they are cousins. A lot of like the Russian Kaiser and the German leader, or the Russian Tsar, German Kaiser, British king. They're all cousins. Why can't we just sit down and dick sword this thing out in a private ceremony? Why do we need to kill 17 million people? It's still known today as the dumbest war and most bloody war ever fought for absolutely fucking nothing. And so it's pretty clear that these poems are anti-war. And all the other poems we've read so far, like The Charge of the Light Brigade and Walt Whitman's Total Piece of Crap about Custer and the Battle of Bighorn, they're all glorifying war and saying how wonderful it is. The soldiers are so brave and blah, 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 blah. It's very clear what the differences between these two poems. And yet you ask, okay, now that we're done reading all these poems this semester, what's the difference between the poems we've read already about Agincourt and Waterloo and fucking Bighorn and the Charge of the Light Brigade and these poems? Blank stares. Blank stares. I have failed as a teacher, Brett. I have failed as a teacher.
There's back in high school, I don't even know the book, what the story that we were reading was about, or what it was. And we all get in this giant circle, talk about the story. Teacher asks a couple questions, people raise their hand to answer, whatnot. And teacher's like picks on one of the students that hasn't raised their hand in a number of different discussions, and asks, hey, what did you think about the story, blah, blah, blah. And this person just sat there and talked. He's like, I just want to know what happened to the cucumber sandwiches. And everybody looks over at this person because the cucumber sandwiches were like a one throw off. Like, he's putting forth this party. There's this, there's that. There's a cucumber sandwich, whatever. And it's just like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Well,
you read that story, and that's what you get?
I mean, listen, what we read, and I know people like The Charge of the Light Brigade and all that. I mean, it's a classic poem, but it's all bullshit. All those dudes that died in those battles at Little Bighorn and Custer and his men, that was all ridiculously a slaughter, by the way. None of it has anything to do with glorification. It shouldn't be glorified. It should be not celebrated. All right? And there should not be a romantic idea of how wonderful war is to go fight in, because it's not. And finally, we got two very clear poems, 4 in total, that shit on this whole World War I thing. And the cynicism is very clear, and I failed as a teacher because they just couldn't see it on their own. So then I had to tell them. Nothing worse when you're really hoping in front of a class that somebody's going to raise their hand and go, well, all those books were schlock, jingoistic horseshit. And, well, horseshit wouldn't be allowed to be said, and these are more realistic about how horrible war is. Yes, that's what I was looking for. Anyhow, that's just teaching experiences that you have to go through.
If you watched any of Coachella Live on YouTube.
No, is that going on right now?
Justin Trudeau and his girlfriend, what's her face, Katy Perry, are there. And Justin's rocking jeans and just a plain white T-shirt, backward facing hat, and you're like, this was the former prime minister of Canada. This is weird to see him. I mean, it's just weird to see him in his regulars,
He's not anymore. Yeah, Ashton.
Hence the term former.
Yeah, exactly. So he can do whatever fuck he wants. Just don't do blackface. All right.
Yeah. That's all I was saying. All I was saying is that it just looks weird when you think about it. Like when he used to run, he ran Canada for like 8 or 10 years, and he's just, he's out there rocking in a 1950s greaser outfit with the baseball cap on. It's just kind of funny.
Like the only reason he became prime minister of Canada, two things: his dad was prime minister, his name is recognizable, and he's somewhat good looking. And that's about it.
Cuba for a while.
Okay, well, that's a whole nother story. The Strokes are there, no kidding. Okay, Interpol's there. I have not been watching Coachella. Maybe I should catch up. We'll see. Anyhow, that's 20 minutes of fluff.
Of your fluff. Your fluff.
All right, well, let's not overdo it. I should have warned you.
I didn't anticipate you actually overdoing it. Dakota Johnson revealed that the secret to her beauty and personal care is sleeping for 14 hours a day.
That's ridiculous.
That's not necessarily what she said. And then I wanted to bring this up because this is the problem with Twitter or any social media in general, is that people take something you say and they'll kind of alter it to make it sound stupid or ridiculous. Now, mind you, her actual quote's not terribly better. Sleep is my number one priority in life. I'm not functional. If I get less than 10 hours of sleep, I can easily go for 14 hours.
Okay.
That's
That's insane.
That's on its own, right? You don't have to fuck it up.
10 hours is crazy. So you're basically awake for 14 hours a day? Are you living fucking life at all?
Maybe 10 hours a day. Well, I'm sorry. When she's not working on a show or a movie or whatever, what does she need to spend more than 10 hours a day doing?
I don't know. Living life. Going out with friends, drinking. She's beautiful and young. Go to an orgy or whatever you got to do.
Yeah, she wakes up at 2 p.m., goes to bed at midnight. Right?
Yeah, that's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. So, and I doubt she gets up at 2. She's probably getting up at 6 a.m. and going to bed at fucking 8 p.m., which is fine. I'm not.
Oh, I don't know if she's a 6 a.m.er.
My body in my whole life has never allowed me to sleep more than the most I've ever slept in one sitting is 9 hours. That's
barring being sick. I don't recall a time that I've slept more than 8 hours.
Nope.
In one sitting.
I can't
always wake up. Always wake up.
You know what I wake up? Hungry. Hungry. I can't sleep because I'm fucking hungry.
I wake up with the sun, even if I've got sun-blocking shades on.
Yeah.
I'll still wake up naturally. I'll wake up like, what time is it? 6:45. Ah.
You know what? What she doesn't mention is that she wakes up at 8 a.m. and immediately starts doing shots, which is why she's in bed by 8.
She makes the most of the 10 hours she's awake. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, she's drinking too much. All right, that's why she can sleep for 10 hours. 4 of those, she's so drunk she's not getting any REM.
She's just doing this right here.
Yep. Well, maybe she's a sipper, but still. By 8 p.m., she's waxed and ready to go to bed.
Sure.
All right.
So Katrina has a question for you, Derek. Americans, this is a good faith question. I'm not baiting or trolling. Why are you so scared of condos in walkable cities? Does not having to drive for your groceries freak you out? What about it makes you feel uncomfortable? Please be honest. I was going to reply to her, but I'm like, this will be a good fluff piece for us to talk about.
Nobody's against necessarily walkable cities. That's fine. Why do they need to be condos and apartments, though? I don't know about that.
I like the idea of walkable cities, but you know what I don't like about walkable cities? It's a shit ton of people around you all the time. You know what I love about my house and where I live?
You're way out. Yeah, you got neighbors, but
I got neighbors. I see a car drive through my neighborhood like once an hour. It is quiet. It's out there. Nobody's bothering you. And I don't even want this. I want my own portion of land, property out there in the boons where I can't see my neighbors. That's all I want. I just want peace and quiet. Leave me alone.
Maybe I don't want to live in a fucking city to start with.
Yeah.
I don't want to live in a city. I'm maybe when I was younger, but not now. I don't want to live in a city now. And when I had kids, I didn't want to live in a city. I mean, my place in Bloomington was south of Bloomington. I was way outside the city. But the other thing is, listen, walkable means you got a job that's walkable. All right, that's a pipe dream. All of us wish we had a job we could walk to, because that's where most of our commute is. 5 days a week is going to work. If that's a pipe dream, that's it's just not real. And I don't know many people who live from a walkable distance from their job, and that's where 90% of traffic comes from, work. So unless you're going to make sure that everybody can walk to their work, maybe Katrina doesn't work. I don't know. Maybe she works from home. If that's so, great. Good for you. You can walk.
I've got a Meijer, literally a minute drive.
I don't even think that's walkable, though.
It could be, depending on what I get.
You'd be a much better shape if you walked.
Yeah. So, but I'm like, a 1 minute drive. That's literally me pulling out of my driveway and then parking. 1 minute there. Yeah. I live about 4 or 5 minutes at most from a Kroger. I mean, driving to get my groceries is not a hassle. I'm sorry to say, this is not something I'm going to complain about. Me driving to my work every day for 5 days a week, that's more of an issue. And I'll agree. I think I would love it if more jobs were remote in that sense. I think most jobs don't have to be in an office, but that's just my thought process.
Okay, no, that's fine. I just think that it's mostly a pipe dream. And I think that in a perfect world, yeah, it'd be great if we were all sort of tribal towns and everything was within a walking distance. But that's just, and by the way, we had that. It was called rural American small towns. Everything was walkable. You walked to school, you walked to the store, everything was walkable. But those towns are all dying now. So they're dying off slowly, one by one. So walkable there, not so walkable. Cities, I mean, I don't know how. If you are lucky enough, if you live in New York City, to afford an amazing apartment right near where you work, fantastic. Doubt it. Seriously doubt it. So it's not that I don't think most Americans are uncomfortable with the concept. I think they're probably uncomfortable with the idealism of it and think, well, that's not going to happen unless you start pre-planning cities that way, city planning and development that way. That's not going to happen. Like, I mean, Carmel tried to do a little bit of that, but is Carmel really walkable? No, it's not. It's too spread out to be walkable.
I mean, parts of Carmel could be, sure.
Yeah, but you'd have to live near where you work again. Again, let's not discount the fact that most people drive 5 days a week to get to work because they don't live. Their work is not in their neighborhood. I have to drive 35 minutes every day to get to work on a highway. Yeah. It's not, I couldn't walk to work. It's not feasible. All right. Anyhow, but we've been talking about these pipe dreams for a while. Also, the basic city design infrastructure of the United States at this point has been so fucked up by the 50s and the 60s when we tried to tear our towns apart and demolish everything. That's made it much more difficult in a lot of ways to build walkable cities. You would have to reverse time and restructure it all. So, yep.
Gilbert says there's not many walkable, nice, and safe places in London.
I don't live there, but I've heard that there are places that are in London and other places that were and not anymore. So I don't know. I don't live there, so I can't be an expert on it. Larry says, fuck London. Okay. Well, that's one way to look at it. All right, Brett, what are we doing next?
Derek, what are your thoughts on baseball? We talk about golf, we talk about darts, F1, soccer. What about baseball? What's your thoughts on baseball?
I used to love baseball. I don't anymore. I stopped watching, stopped having interest in it. I was a pitcher. I love the pitching, the art of pitching, but other than that, no.
Have you heard of a couple teams called the Bananas and the Party Animals?
No, I know that baseball league. I've seen them on whatever weird ass channel that is. And they play on like these they do weird shit. Let's just put it that way.
I mean, do you think you'd watch more baseball if it was like this? I'm not going to play the music because they don't need it. Look at them go. Look at them go. Oh, yeah.
I mean, I get it. I get it. This is all that league's attempt There's one guy that pitches on stilts. They do some weird stuff in that, and they're not bad. Like, I'm pretty turned on right now, but I just don't. I don't think that that's really.
I love the cowboy hat in the background. I mean, come on.
It's like the Globetrotters of
Yeah, that's what it is. I mean, that's the way I worded it too. It was like, so it's like who are the Washington Generals? And I guess the party animals are the Washington Generals. The pink team, I'm guessing. Because I assume the bananas, Savannah Bananas, I guess is what they're called, are like the yellow team here. I imagine.
So it's all entertainment, and that'll last for as long as people are interested in that kind of entertainment. So if they need to turn it into the WWE to make it work, they might have to do that.
Apparently they sell the shit out. They're doing their thing and it's working for them. So
I mean,
fuck it, why not?
Don't need to see that in soccer, but okay.
Speaking of not playing the music for a video, I'm going to show you I don't know if you saw this on the twits, but there's an Owen Odasawi signing.
Yes, I posted. I got thousands of views on my repost of it. So
again, not playing the music for this because I don't.
Mine was the one in the shower where he.
I got that one coming up next. Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Okay, well you can skip past this one. Yeah, it's weird.
A little Panic at the Disco with this. Come on, guys. I mean, what's wrong with you, Owen? What's happening here?
At least he's not vacuuming.
Is his fashion line struggling so hard that he's got to resort to TikToks like this?
Well, this one's not so bad compared to the one in the shower. Honestly.
Well, I mean, yeah, that one's its own thing. I agree. This one, though, I mean, it's just like, why, bro? Why are you doing that?
This one is.
I will play the audio for this.
Quite weird.
Quite weird. Quite.
I'm being nice. I'm being nice.
Quaint. Yeah. Oh, watch good.
Where's my freaking order? I haven't got my order. What the freak is going on? Let me order more. Oh my gosh. And then they're going to order more. Even though the brand doesn't exist and it's been discontinued, they will still order from fake pages so that they can say, oh my gosh.
Okay, yeah, that's not healthy. I don't know what's going on there. I hope he's okay. He was a fantastic prospect. Shot himself in his own dick.
Well, I mean, he's gone off the deep end here. Saying that though, he definitely made more. I think it came out that he actually made more money off of his modeling and his fashion line than he ever did as a professional soccer player. And props to him on that front, if that's the case. I don't know what's happening here, man. I don't know what's happening here.
I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's true.
It was I think maybe he posted something or somebody posted something that he was making something like $1 million a month or whatever on his fashion modeling. Again, if that's the case, man, props to him. But you know what? As Larry mentions, his marketing. Maybe he's getting back into everybody else. He was, nobody was talking about him.
How about
fashion line may have been struggling, and then all of a sudden, bam, he comes up with a couple of videos, and people are like, "What the fuck, dude?" Okay, I guess I'll take a look at your product, whatever.
Do a live search with all of us watching on Owen Odasawi's net worth.
Well, you want me to look it up?
On Google, yeah. Owen Odasawi's net worth. And I know how to spell it if you need help.
Odasawi net worth. Nope, Google autofills. Let's see here. Nope, he talks about the Club Bruges. That's Sports Seller. I don't know what that. It's all sports right there too. Let's see here.
So
fashion. Revenue has generated approximately 5 to 6 million pounds, and revenue. This is in November. This was by November of 2023, surpassing 1 million in sales in a single month.
Okay.
Well, I mean, sales doesn't necessarily mean what you're bringing in, anyways, but you still got to pay for shit for that.
I mean, I get it, but obviously you're pricing things way over what they're actually worth. That's how you make money. I mean, when we were making training videos. It costs us $50 to put together the set of VHS in the training program. Man, it's less than that. It's probably $30. All right.
So after doing the training video, you use that set again for a porno, right?
And we sold the set for $450, right? That is a multi-percentage, but that's what professional development training sets went for at that time with 4 videos, right? So there you go. And it costs us at least just the parts. That's not covering all the filming we had to do. So we're still covering the cost of the filming and the editing and all that, which costs a lot more. So of course you have to, but anyhow, you're typically making, 80%, 70%, 50% more than the product is worth. So there you go. All right, good for him. Sounds like fantastic for Owen Otasowie, who could be a really good player right now, playing for somebody. But guess if you don't need it, you don't need it. Yeah. Erling Haaland, his girl needs to help him with his selfie game because the no smile look while not looking into the camera is giving serial killer.
I'm going to scroll down here in a second, but it reminds me of like Derek Zoolander's Steel Blue or Blue Steel. The one look. I mean, she's doing her best.
Well, he's not that attractive of a man to begin with.
What are you talking about? The millions and millions of dollars that are pouring out of his pocket are pretty attractive.
Well, yeah, that every $1 million boosts you up a point. So if you're starting out as a 2, he's at least a 10 by now based on his wallet.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, listen.
I don't know.
Good for him.
We've all seen him smile. We've all seen him smile. He's doing this absolutely on purpose. This look.
Yes. I would guess. He's like, I don't want to take a fucking selfie. That's what it looks like. It looks like he does not want to take a selfie, basically.
No.
All right, what else?
We have 2 different starting lineups here from Japan. One from 1998 and the current one, showing what clubs the Japanese players are playing for from then and now. 1998 and now. What do you think the team looked like in '98? What do you think most of the players played at?
Oh, they played domestically.
They played domestically.
Yeah.
What about today? Today's Japan team.
We just saw them. The starting lineup that would have played against us but didn't would have been all players playing in Europe.
So here's 1998's team. See a lot of Japanese flags out there.
Yep.
We scroll down to Japan of 2024. What do I see a lot of? The European flags.
Yeah, I wouldn't get too excited about the 2 Belgium flags down there. I mean, that's fine, but I wouldn't get overly titillated by that. The goalkeeper is fantastic. Of course, he's Japanese-American. The England flags are meaningful. Minamino, who plays in France, that's fine. He's not a ruthless killer or anything like that. And then the Dutch player, again, that doesn't really listen. Doesn't mean you got a great team. You've got some good players there. The German players, the guys that play in Germany, the guys that play in England, yeah, they're the kind of backbone of the team. So we'll see how that goes. And the goalkeeper.
Yeah. So I mean, we're you're seeing this. You're seeing this in more countries, going from a purely domestic standpoint, especially the developing ones, really, to this. We saw it with for the most part with the U.S. squads as well. You go back to '98 and you're going to take a look. There may have been some, obviously, some European players there, but a healthy chunk of them at that point would have been starting up in MLS again.
I mean, outside
and then
of
you look at it now, and now for the most part, it's predominantly European.
Outside of our goalie and Tim Ream, we should be starting in all foreign league.
Unfortunately, we just don't have a European goalkeeper at all.
We don't.
Klinsmann would be the closest, right?
I mean, we do. We have Klinsmann.
Yeah, Gaga. We got Gaga.
No, there's the other Beavers is over there. He's not playing.
Not playing.
Not playing in. No, was it Denmark?
Is it Denmark?
Yeah.
Ooh.
And he's not playing. He started like when he got there. He started like the first 3 games, and then he got dropped. He had a bad game or 2. So there we go.
All right.
But at least Ream can say we could put an English flag next to him because he played at Fulham. And he played in Europe basically almost his whole career outside of the New York Red Bull stop until now. So, all right, Italy can still end up playing at the World Cup in the event that Iran's not withdrawing.
No.
I'm
gonna tweet about it, so we'll talk about that in a second.
I mean, this is one of those posts where you're like, shut the fuck up.
It's all about the clicks. It's all about the clicks.
Yeah, they are not pulling out of this World Cup. I don't care if we drop a nuclear bomb on Iran. They are not going to the world. They are going to be there. They are not pulling out of this. It's too big. It means too much. And obviously, we're not dropping a nuclear bomb on Iran. But the point being, I don't care how fucked up they are. That team, and a lot of them play over like in different places. They don't play in Iran. They're going to the World Cup. Okay, period. End of story.
I would appreciate it if you pronounced my country properly. It's actually pronounced Iran.
Oh, whatever. Iran.
So Italy could, which we already know, we're going to bring up here in a second, but Italy could end up still playing in the World Cup.
No, they can't.
I mean, what would that do to Italy's psyche if they failed to qualify again?
If they got another shot?
This is their third opportunity to qualify for the World Cup, for the third World Cup that they are likely to miss. I feel like that's just going to fuck you up more.
Thank God for them, this isn't going to happen.
Agreed. And it actually probably benefits them for them to not even be in the conversation, quite frankly.
Yeah, I mean, they better be praying this doesn't happen because the embarrassment, if they do, in fact, still not.
What if they played United Arab Emirates and then lost to them? Let's just say that happened.
Possible.
I mean, how would Italy? I mean, I feel like Italy is already teetering on that edge. Like, goddamn, it's the third fucking World Cup.
Well, it's
an entire generation of players who never made it to a World Cup.
It's two European teams and 2 Asian teams would be in the playoff. I would imagine that'd be Italy and Wales versus whoever UAE. I think you said. I don't know who the other one would be, but I wouldn't mess with it. New Zealand, maybe. Are New Zealand already in it? They're not an Asian team. Somebody put that in the comments. No, they can't. No. They wouldn't be.
Italy might want to go play in Oceania just so they can get into the next World Cup.
That would help, but it's a long flight. Long flight to Fiji. All right, why are these rumors? This is a great question by Steven RMCF. Why are these rumors spreading so fast? Infantino literally said recently Iran will be 100% at the World Cup, and the Iran team, Iran team themselves are preparing for the World Cup, and they recently beat Costa Rica 5-0. The reason, Steven, this fuckface is posting this for the clicks. That's it. And if Brett and I were smarter and we weren't like bound to any rules of having any kind of like, hey, you can trust us when we post stuff, maybe we would do this more often, but we don't. We don't do it for the clicks. Anyhow, if I did it, it wouldn't make us any money anyhow because I'm not blue checked. Although they every day
gold check, man, they pay some stupid amount to get that gold check. I forgot what the corporate cost is.
By the way,
they post that stupid shit.
When you start getting thousands of clicks, the blue check people at Twitter, they are after your ass because I get it every time I open Twitter now. Boom, you've got this many. If you could be making money, you should be blue check right now. And there's a big advertisement every time I pop up now or go in. So there we go.
Your account's not verified.
Exactly. You could be making money off of your posts, but you're not because you're not verified.
As big of your MLS youth posts are,
7,000, baby.
You still wouldn't be anywhere near halfway up to getting, because you have to have something like whatever.
Oh, I know they're lying.
5 million impressions.
I know they're lying
in a 3-month period. You got to have like 250 or 500 verified accounts following you. I mean, it's just I mean, you have to be some clickbaity motherfuckers to really get through that shit.
Like that dude who posted my rant.
Yeah, that was a banger. Yeah.
That was a banger. $250,000 or no, something like that. Yeah. All right.
$250,000. Closer. I think it was over $1 million at some point.
It was over $1 million. So it's like 1.5 million, I think, at one point. Yeah. My rant, a famous rant. Yeah. Boy, that was a scary thing to come home to. All right.
So here's a video of a PK going on. There was an actual video of the PK itself, but I didn't want to play the video from a live broadcast. So I think PET posted this to me. I found an alternative angle to it from the standpoint. So have you seen this video yet?
I don't know.
All right.
Not ringing a bell. Right now.
Drop this down here to 75. Let's just drop it to 75. So that way we can see what happens here a little better. What a save!
Oh! Off the dude's face.
They're like trying to clear a saved PK just to rip the guy in the face who shot the PK for it to go into the goal.
Yeah.
That's salt into wound.
The people are like, ah, ha, 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 ha. You can hear him. Oh, Paraguayan League, apparently. All right. Yeah, that's unfortunate. That's loud as fuck.
It is loud, I know.
Holy shit. My
It's pretty
ears are now
contagious.
blown out.
It's a Zardis type beat.
No, that is a Zardis goal. Well done.
Ron Sterling, but not playing in goal, though.
Does Zardis still play?
Scott Sterling. No, Zardis is not playing. No chance.
He just playing the USL or something?
Jess, I don't even know how to spell Jess anymore. Zardis.
Gyasi. Gyasi.
Yeah.
Zardis.
He is without a club right now. Doesn't say retired. He's just without a club.
Well, then he's going to retire because obviously
officially not retired.
How long has he been without a club?
All seasons. Let's just scroll over.
I don't remember him last season either.
Last time he played was in MLS for Austin in 2024.
Yeah,
so he's done. He's done. That's over. That's done. Over a year. A year.
And what is he? 36, 37?
He's old. Yeah, they should get with our guy over at Transfer Market and have him make sure he puts a retire there. I don't want to confuse people.
Yeah, I'll let him know. All right. Here's a serious question for the fluff part of the show. I thought we were on soccer now, so we don't really call this fluff.
We're all kind of fluffed here. So.
If they wanted to be called Turkey, then what do we call a person from Turkey? Well, what do you call a person from Turkey? If it was still Turkey, you're Turkish.
Turkish. So it's no longer Turkish. It should be Turkey.
No, it would still be Turkish.
Turkeyan?
Nope.
Turkeyan?
Turkeyan?
Put an N after Turkey.
Got to be Turkish still. Yep. And by the way, listen, I don't know why. Like, nobody forces anybody to say Deutschland. Hey, we Germans demand you call us Deutschland. Fuck you and your Germany thing. Right? Nobody does that. So I don't know why we got to get all up into most of our pronunciations of countries come from England. They gave us those. We inherited them. So there you go.
You guys took that question way too serious. No, it's still Turkish. You guys killed a potential joke here.
Okay.
Run with it. Come up with something funny. That's why I'm like Turkeyans
are bad.
That's what it is. Just killjoys. What do you this is a straight red card, guys. Come on.
Come on.
Larry says Ottoman.
I mean, the thing is, what was the Ottoman Empire isn't really the same anymore. I don't know. We'd have to go through some historic backflips and to figure all that out. But it's Turkish, last I checked. All right. What else we got?
Derek, I need your help. I need you to explain this from Caesar.
Okay. Caesar Procell. To the people paying $450 for a Cabo Verde versus Saudi Arabia World Cup match, you're the problem. I don't know if that's true.
First off, what do you think he's saying?
He's saying, hey, you dumb cunts that live in Saudi Arabia, you're buying up all the tickets for the Saudi Arabia Cabo Verde game, and you're making it look like that's going to happen for all the other games too. And the Saudis obviously have a lot of money. It ain't the people from Cabo Verde, I can tell you that much, who are buying up all the tickets for $450 fucking dollars.
Somebody brought up a point, though. There's a decent Cabo Verde population here in the stateside that would. I read that completely different, though, Derek. I read that as, hey, for the people who are willing to pay $450 to go see this crap match, this is not a Morocco versus Brazil match. Why are you paying $450? You're the problem. That's the way I interpreted that.
That's how I read it too. But
no, you're saying Saudi Arabia is buying up all the tickets.
I know. What they're saying is, hey, all you dumb fuckers who are buying these tickets, most of whom are going to be probably from Saudi Arabia,
Fair.
are making this ridiculous for the rest of us. And I don't necessarily think that's true.
Well, I don't think it's at all true. Hey, you know, if the fan, don't get me wrong. I mean, the fans paying $450 to go see Cabo Verde or versus Saudi Arabia is no different than if you're a Moroccan or a Brazilian fan paying $450 to go see Morocco versus Brazil. It's still your team's game, and if you're going to pay $450, maybe that's the problem. Let's not isolate teams. Let's talk about the pricing in general, regardless.
Yeah, these games are like $450 is no problem for me. I'd go if I were a Cabo Verde fan, but I'm not. So I'm not going.
That's the thing, though. They're more inclined. Cabo Verde is definitely more inclined to go pay the $450 to go watch their team play because they're most likely not going to be in that situation again consistently.
And that's affordable still for a lot of people. $450.
It's still stupid crazy, but okay.
It's crazy. But you buy 2 tickets, you're still under $1,000. Well, you're just over. You're $1,000, right?
Yeah.
Affordable for a lot of people to buy 2 tickets to a game. So for $1,000.
Mr. Danny says, I'd rather watch my parents have sex than watch that game.
Well, that's pretty gross, Mr. Danny. But okay, I see what you're saying there.
But I mean, again, in the end, he posted this and then doesn't chime in to explain what his point is.
I think you got it right.
But I'm just like, but those teams' fans want to watch their teams in the World Cup. They're going to pay for it. It's no different than Morocco or Brazil want to watch their team play.
Yeah, but we're not talking about some of the other games that are in the thousands per ticket.
Fair enough. USA, Mexico, Japan game or Canada games.
This is one of the reasonable ones, comparatively, relatively. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Hopefully, this game's played in an MLS stadium because I can't imagine these 2 teams selling out a football stadium.
I doubt this. I would seriously say that this is probably one of the games that are not even close to being sold out yet.
Robert Kraft's going, what the fuck? Why is this playing at Gillette? I don't want this game here, guys. Come on.
Well, I don't know. Maybe he loves himself some Cabo Verde chicks. I don't know.
Got massage parlors in Cabo Verde? Maybe.
I would guess everybody does. They don't have any in Saudi Arabia unless you go to the American bases.
Yeah,
then you'll find some.
But apparently, FIFA are growing increasingly concerned and exploring new ways to sell remaining tickets.
Well, I don't know. Like, how does this guy know that? Does he sucking fucking Infantino's dick? How does he know how concerned FIFA are?
We pull up the touchline periodically, and I really just feel like, again, this is just yet another one of those clickbaity sites. I mean, they have 1.5 million, so maybe I'm wrong.
Based on what do you have that tells you that they are concerned? What quote can you give me from the FIFA that would tell me and tell us all that would prove you are right by saying they're increasingly concerned? Who do you know at FIFA that you are talking to that allows you to post something that you know nothing about? FIFA could give a rat's ass yet. They're not worried. They will wait till the last minute.
Let's see what he has to say. He goes, FIFA launched its last-minute ticket sales phase.
This is nowhere near last minute.
And nearly 2 weeks later, 26 out of 72 group stage matches still haven't sold out, which, okay.
All right.
I mean,
not, first of all, it's not the last minute. We're nowhere near the last minute.
I'm not sure if that's necessarily a massive negative if you really think about this. 26 out of the 72 have not sold out. We just got done talking about a game that should be in a MLS stadium because it's not going to sell out a football stadium.
Should be in a high school stadium.
So I mean,
they could play that one at Carmel High School.
If you get 35,000 to go watch that game, I feel like that's a success, quite frankly. But no, I mean, it's just like 26 right now. I mean, I feel like they're going to end up selling out. But let's just see. For example, the Jordan versus Algeria match in Houston still has plenty of tickets available with prices around $400. Maybe that's a problem right there, too, though. We talked about
there aren't a ton shit of Jordans and Algerians that live here, naturally, to start. Second of all, that's quite a trip. Third of all, I don't know what the prices are. What is it, $400? That's pretty affordable, but
with prices around it. But you got to consider the flight into the States. You got to stay at this overpriced hotel because they've jacked up their prices. I mean, it's ridiculous. And then hell, it's making news again. But I mean, you can't even go to a fan fest during the non-Jordan versus Algeria match to watch the rest of the World Cup with a bunch of other fans because now they're charging prices and tickets.
You would think Jordanian fans will make this trip. A, we're allies. B, it's the first time they've been in a World Cup. So you'd think they'd make the effort. But
yeah.
No
Additionally,
guarantees.
almost all hospitality packages remain unsold. These packages include premium. We know what these packages include because Stuart Holden tried to sell them on Twitter the other day.
Dumb cunt.
Still want to go see the World Cup? Come buy this hospitality package. It only costs you from around 11,000 to 22,000. I think when we looked at it, it was something like 30 some odd thousand or some stupid amount.
And when Mossy and Lawless are both laughing at your fucking, can't read the roomness, you missed something there, Stu. Why would you do that? All right? Why? Unless you had somebody at Fox prodding you with a fucking electric cow prod telling you better do it or else.
Yeah.
Anyhow, there are people in Jordan who could afford it. I don't know. But I'm not worried about that. I could care less about that game, but fine. They give you $2 million. You got 20 minutes suspended or it's gone. Can't buy cars, planes, yachts, or houses.
What do you spend $2 million on, Derek?
I probably wouldn't. I just put it away somewhere and
it goes away. You have to spend it.
Oh, I gotta spend it?
You got 20 minutes to spend $2 million. You can't buy cars, planes, yachts, or houses. What are you doing?
I guess I'm starting my own. I don't know what I'd do. I think you said no cars, so I can't do that.
There you go. Maybe I'll give you an idea here. I would buy tickets for all the U.S. Men's National Team World Cup group stages, knockout, and finals tickets. Unfortunately, I have to exclude my family because I only have enough for one person to attend.
I don't know what I'd do with it. That's a good question. Maybe I'd buy a ramen company. That seems like a pretty steady business.
There you go.
Yep.
We got a tank of gas. Larry would buy gold. Bravado's got stocks.
Those are all good. Those are all smart.
Larry would buy a decent wiener.
There are operations for that. Although you got to pump it up, Larry.
No, is it still a pump you have to blow in your mouth, or can you do like a bicycle pump?
I don't know. I don't know anything about that. I just know that based on that one show that you have to pump them up. And then it's apparently it's not really comfortable.
Oh, I imagine once you pump it up, there's a lot of pressure built up.
Yeah,
but it doesn't feel great.
I mean, Larry, my system's working all right, my man. So I don't need to buy a decent wiener. What would I do with it anyhow if I put an extra few mega inches on there? It's just me, myself, and I. Who am I impressing with that?
There you go.
All right, nobody.
Well, Derek, we've one of the few people who really haven't briefly covered the Pulisic and Alexa breakup.
Oh.
Man, it went a little nuclear recently when she posted on one of her Instagram posts saying, yeah, the guy was on Raya, R-A-Y-A, Raya, whatever.
I think it means son.
Before it even ended. And how many likes until I post the profile pic. And then all of a sudden, that took off. It's hitting TMZ. It's hitting the New York Times, New York Post. It's everywhere. We finally made it as a soccer nation, Derek. We have drama in the tabloids. Yay us. But something happened a couple days later.
Yeah, I think she posted a my bad post, right?
Yeah, so I gotta pull that. Definitely gotta pull up, Derek. So bring it up without the clues here.
Let me do my best Alexa voice. All right, here we go. I've made some comments on private matter, and it's been taken out of context. I received false info. He is not a cheater. Any narrative beyond this is not mine. Out of respect for Christians and my privacy, I will not speak further regarding this matter. Well, why did you think he cheated in the first place? Or did someone get to you? Someone at US Soccer. Make a phone call.
Gotta paint a picture, I guess, as far as the timeline would be concerned. There were rumors that Sydney Sweeney and Pulisic were going to be an item. They're kind of an item. And then all of a sudden Sweeney's at AC Milan watching a game live. She's got a jersey on. I don't know whose jersey it was, but she's there. And then all of a sudden we don't hear anything about the relationship, and they're broken up. She talks about how he had a Raya profile before they even broke up. And now she's talking about receiving false info. He's not a cheater. So some of the pics that came out during this whole hoopla was a picture of Pulisic, spinning a ball on his finger and saying, "Hey, I'm going to be in Nashville October 8th or 18th." It's definitely a dating profile pic with some information. But it also states that his age was 25. So we're talking about a profile pic that's over like 2.5, 3 years old.
Yeah.
And she received false information. Did she break up with Pulisic because of the Sweeney rumors? All of a sudden she's getting this picture of a dating profile.
No, he broke up. He broke up with her.
I don't have any information on that, so I'm not going to agree or disagree.
Oh, for sure. Listen, if she broke up with him, she didn't fucking care. She's moving on. All right. He broke up with her.
I mean, if she thinks that he cheated on her, she's not moving on. She's going to try to drag him through the mud.
No. Listen, here's the thing. He broke up with her. She's a little bitter about it, and she takes the bait. If she broke up with him, because I don't really want to be with them, I'm not interested anymore. If somebody posts some bullshit, you're like, yeah, I don't care. I don't give a shit. I've moved on. There. I didn't want to go out with them anyhow.
Are you so far out of having a woman in your life that you don't remember how women act? If a woman thinks she's been cheated on, she's not just going to be like, oh, well, we broke up. I'm just going to move on with my life. No, she's absolutely going to be vindictive and try to run them through the mud.
All right. All the stalkers I have ever had have all been people I broke up with.
Cool.
Anybody that's ever broke up with me has already moved on and fucked other people. And they are done talking about me. They don't give a shit about what anybody says, about what I think. They have moved on. I'm just telling you, that's the way it works, generally.
Generally, no. You clearly don't watch any form of reality TV in the sense that you see people and how they act when relationships end. It's not just some amicable, oh, well, we're broken up. Fuck him. I'm going to go over here and do this now. No, they're absolutely out for blood 90% of the time, Derek. And maybe you just don't know about it because you don't talk to the person after you break up with them. And you don't know what she's saying behind your back.
No, I know about that, Brett. When I break up with chicks in the past, those are the ones you got to look out for because they go batshit crazy on you. The ones that break up with me, I never hear from him again.
How many girls have broken up with you because of suspecting cheating?
2.
Okay. Now, after she breaks up with you in that sense, how many times have you gone back and tried to talk to her again? Because this is before social media. This is before computers and the internet. This is when the dinosaurs roamed the earth. I understand you had to carve it in stone and send it via a post mail, but how many times have you gone back and talked to them?
Okay, here's the only one circumstance where that's been true. All right? I'm going to try to not use any names here. Like,
don't use any names. Call her Paula.
But at one point, I was going out with 3 girls at the same time. After the summer, I graduated from high school.
I'm sure they loved you after they found out about each other.
And one of them I ended up staying with, which was Heather, and we moved and went to IU together. The other 2, one of them said, fuck you, you're fucking Heather. I'm breaking up with you. You're a bastard. You're a jerk. But she broke up with me because I was cheating on her. Yes, she was hurt. And no, she did not want to break up with me, but it was like imperative that she do so because she had to have some self-pride. But she hung on, man. She hung on. She would not go away. That is true. So yes, it can happen that way too, where they break up with you after you tell them, after they catch you with another girl, and then you go with the other girl and they're still obsessed with you. So there's that. And
we also have to look at Pulisic in this sense. Since the breakup, he hasn't scored in 16 games for club and country. I mean, he is a mental wreck right now, Derek.
When you say scored,
on and off the field, right?
I bet he scored off the field. He's definitely no longer. I don't know. Maybe it is that. Maybe
she's like, you got a fucking profile. I've seen the picture of it. He's like, it's not active, baby. No, fuck you. You're a cheater. Bye. He's like, well, now I'm going to activate it. Fuck it. Let's go back to radio. I was like, hey.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we'll never know. It's not even worth really talking about. Mostly when I just kind of chuckled and moved on from all that. It'll all pass from here on out. Obviously, she's just like, okay, well, fuck it. I'm not going to deal with this because she realized how much commotion it had caused, and she doesn't want to be a part of that. I mean, yeah. I doubt she does. That gets embarrassing after a while.
So what do you think the reason for that post, her follow-up post being? What do you think she posted there?
She was better. Still a little bit better.
Oh, no, not the, he's got profile, blah, blah, that thing. Oh. But the whole, like, hey, respect mine and Christian's personal, whatever, blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera.
Could have been 3 things, right?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I know the 3 things. Go for it.
Possibilities. Pulisic calls. Pulisic's agent calls and says, quit fucking around. We're going to sue your fucking ass. Or Pulisic has a one-on-one conversation, says, hey, man, that's not what happened. Doubt that happened. So I'm going with the agent first. And the only other thing is that she personally doesn't want to be involved in this embarrassing situation anymore and wants out. But
yeah, I think there's 2 possibilities, and the kind of a variation here of one of them. So I agree. I think that there's so much media hype behind this. It's on TMZ. It's on the New York Times, Post, everywhere. It's everywhere, and she was getting so much, attention from it that she just didn't want to deal with it or didn't want to anymore. That's one possibility. The other possibility, and you mentioned the agent, but I think it's more Papa Pulisic came out and said, because
God's sake,
he's got his fingers all up in Christian's
deal.
Hey, cut that shit out or I'll talk to my lawyers. That's what I think may have happened.
Have you had your dad call an ex-girlfriend ever before? Come on. Nobody does that.
Dude, have you not been paying attention to the Pulisics and
I get
the documentary and all the shit with the clubs and all that stuff? Oh,
I'm
100%.
surprised his dad doesn't still wipe his ass at the same time.
I think he called her. He's like, hey, I got your number because obviously we've been, you've been hanging out with us for like the last year and some change. Smooth this shit over or my lawyers are going to give you a call. That's what I think. That or she didn't want to deal with it. One of the 2.
I think she got a letter, an official delivered letter, or she got a call from an agent. I think or somebody representing Pulisic and said, listen, that's not true. We can prove it's not true. If you keep talking about this, we're going to sue you for defamation.
The agent's looking at it, go like, hey, this is great PR, guys. We're everywhere.
No, the agent's not saying that.
What we need is that we need another documentary, Derek. We need another documentary showing this. It's out. Come on, we'll put it on Paramount Plus, make a lot of money. Let's go, Pulisic.
Personally, I think Alexi Melton's hot. I think she's really hot. And I mean, Sydney Sweeney is
dude. She would have destroyed Pulisic, like in the sense that he would never have recovered anything. With Alexa, she has that whole
wholesome
girl next door, kind of a girl next door, but not quite
very wholesome.
Yeah, wholesome, kind of fit his mojo perfectly. I thought, they meshed well.
Like Sweeney's hotter, Lobs, if indeed you think that somebody that is more classically looking of a beauty, they're both attractive. I prefer the girl next door look.
Yeah. Do you think? What do you think? Religious Pulisic would have dealt with the nudie and softcore porn scenes from Euphoria and all the movies that Sweeney does? Do you think the family would have dug that?
Apparently, they are okay with it.
Well, I mean, there's no actual evidence that they actually hooked up.
Okay, well, then we'll just wait and see. Listen, the way he played this weekend, a lot better. So
unfortunately, AC Milan didn't show up, right?
The rest of the team didn't, but he did.
Yeah.
He showed up. All
right. I got some U15, U16 boys here. And I don't want to care about the players themselves. I don't want to go over them. What I want to go over, quite frankly, of both these rosters are the teams from where these players are included. And we've talked about this before. But what do you see a lot of here, team-wise?
Well, let's start with the goalkeepers real quick. All three of them are dual nats.
Oh, sure. Okay, so I wasn't going to go the dual nat route either, but I guess my point is when you look at like the U15s and U16s, hell, even the U17s, unless you subtract the Europeans from the rosters, why is it that it seems like only MLS players are being scouted for these national teams?
I'm starting to wonder if it's a seasonal issue. I don't know. That's a good question, but it seems
there's a shit ton of DA academies that play against these MLS academies all year long.
Yeah, I don't get it, Brett. I don't know why our U teams are constantly full of just MLS team players.
I mean, minus the occasional, you have the Barca Residency Academy. They got a couple players on this roster at least. And then not in this one. I think it's in the U16 maybe. You got a couple other teams. There's an Ajax player there, obviously European. Scratching the Europeans because I think they got a little
dual
leg up.
nat.
Yeah.
Munoz,
where's
dual
Kimbrough?
nat.
Where's Kimbrough at? There he is. Kimbrough. That's the one that's the one few non-MLS based teams that's question. It was funny that he got brought up, but he's also coming here to play for the U16s after playing for Mexico's U16s.
Yes,
or whatever there was. So once again, another dual nat prospect, but it's like all of the teams here are MLS.
Yeah.
And there has to be some DA Academy teams out there that have really good players, but for whatever reason, never get called up.
No, the European guys that have obviously a passport that are over playing in Germany, in U17 groups or U15 groups, they're just not here. And that's pretty normal. It's normal. So I think we're all just used to it now. I don't know if there's an oversight or if there's a lack of scouting but you can't tell me there are no players playing in youth teams in European teams overseas that qualified to join this group. But
so Colin says dual nats really means not from the US. It's not the American players. It is and it isn't. I mean, half of our actual A team is our dual nats. Now, mind you, they play for the U.S. Whether or not it's they don't qualify for a better team, or maybe they don't want to go and play for Scotland or El Salvador, and they wouldn't play for the U.S. instead. But they're still dual nats because they can play for multiple nationalities.
Almost every player on this team, as far as I understand it, is first generation born in the United States. Their parents were. So I don't care about that, frankly. Yeah. I don't care about that. My mom is German. I don't give a shit. So I'm just saying, look at those names too. more and more we look at them, it certainly looks a lot less than it used to, like a boys Dartmouth lacrosse team names. We could have gone back. I would challenge you to pronounce some of those names, right? And you wouldn't be able to. Yeah. So I would be able to, but you would struggle.
Yeah, I would absolutely struggle, 100%.
Your boy is on vacation kind of in Las Vegas. I see plenty of soccer around the Strip.
We don't have to read the rest of that. Two things I wanted to bring up about this. He's in Vegas. Do you think him and Winalda grab dinner?
No. Absolutely not. They hate each other. Absolutely.
The other thing I wanted to bring up here is that him and Seb have a segment called Dual Nats now, which is I feel like it's
watched
Dual Nat Panic, but it's not because they spell it as a
duel.
As a duel, whether that's
like cockfighting.
Yeah, the fact that there are two countries battling for these players. Or is it duel because Seb and Herc are going after each other?
Well, and I don't mean caucus and COCK fighting. Yeah, no, it's cool. I mean, that logo, it's all right.
I like it. It's cool. But I like the play on words.
Yeah, I do like the show because I think those two guys are good together.
Yeah.
And I don't know what they're doing. Because the girl that took over, the chick who took over for Seb, she's no longer on the show. Remember her, the cute little, I'm guessing she's Latino girl. She's a cutie.
Latina?
I don't know what happened. She had short arms, though. It's kind of weird.
Smells like cabbage.
Short arms, like a T-Rex, but a very pretty girl.
And very over here.
She was very knowledgeable, I thought. I thought she was good. I thought she, as far as a replacement for Seb, she could be just as, cantankerous sometimes. Not Seb cantankerous. That's a whole nother level. But I thought she was doing a good job. I don't know what happened to her.
Thank goodness you didn't say cankerous.
Cankerous? No, I wouldn't do that.
That'd be mean. That'd be rude.
Cantankerous is another word that people don't use anymore.
It's a classy word from the past that nobody talks about.
Hey, everybody out there, go use the word cantankerous this week. Find a spot for it.
Yeah.
The right moment. And look at how many people look at you and go, what's that mean?
They just sort of nod along like, oh, yeah. Where's the tank? Yes.
Are you saying I'm diseased?
Is that some kind of fashion, like a tank top? Cantankerous? All right. Well, we're going to kind of move on here too.
Do not panic. Do not panic. Cap them now. Cap them now.
I mean, we kind of brought that up anyways, and it makes sense that it just follows it right up.
It does. UDL Pacheco. UDL Pacheco. I believe I'm getting that correct. After spending the last week with Mexico, Davian, I am half Mexican Kimbrough, and Alex Hernandez, I guess I could have given him a nickname too, will play for the USA in the Vertex Cup, which is only for players who have vertigo. First time Davian could face off against Mexico. All right. So we'll see what happens there. Good for them. I'm not really going to spend a whole lot of time worrying about it. It's a U15 game. I want them to do well. I hope some guys shine. I don't even know where it's probably going to be on YouTube somewhere, so we'll be able to watch it. Probably on CONCACAF YouTube.
Maybe, I don't know. I mean, it's U6. It's
the Vertex Cup, so probably not. Yeah. So anyhow, we'll see. Hey, I wish them the best, and listen, I hope Mr. Kimbrough and Mr. Hernandez decide to play for us in the end if they're good enough. Okay.
F-Man, an angry American, sent us a $5 super sticker here.
Okay, hold on.
I had to pull this up because I can't pull up the super sticker, and there it is right there. You can see it on the page.
Jesus Christ, the endless
thing. How's it going?
Colin Reese is saying calling people from the U.S. dual nats is basically xenophobia. No, it's fucking not. If people qualify to play for two countries, they are essentially potentially dual nats. And you know what? It doesn't bother me because I'm not xenophobic and I don't care. And they're Americans to me. Obviously, we've been saying that for years when people were like, well, fuck Jimmy Chandler and fuck Johnson.
We just lost Obed, we lost Gutierrez, we lost Ledesma.
It's gonna happen.
They're in fact Mexican players right now, but they are also Americans. We're not saying that they chose Mexico. They're no longer Americans. They're capable of playing for multiple clubs or nations, which makes them dual nats.
Matt Turner's a dual nat.
90% of our team are dual nats, technically by the category.
I'd still love to snuggle Turner's balls someday, but that doesn't. I'm not xenophobic. It's ridiculous. What am I, xenophobic against myself? I guess. All right, what else we got, Brett?
I gotta pull it back up.
Yeah, pull it back up.
I pulled that super sticker. So, here's another one.
U.S. Soccer would be stupid not to recruit him for the U.S. men's national team, but they're not going to recruit Edgar. You know this. We don't recruit anymore.
Not with Poach in the running it, because here in a couple months he may not be with us at all.
I still would doubt it would ever get past the Berhalter level of recruiting, which I think is the proper level, which is, hey, come check us out. You like it? Good. You don't? No biggie. Which is, I think, great.
Reach out to Brian. Good.
Low pressure. Yeah.
Reach out to Brian. Reach out to No Kai and say, hey, we'd like to have you in this window. They say yes or no. That's up to them. But express your interest. We don't need to be slobbering knobs. Just,
never be a slobbering knob. No.
You got to flat out say, hey, we're interested in having you in, take a closer look at you, have you meet the team, the guys. You don't even have to play. Just come into the window. You can train with us. And if you like it, great. If you don't, go test your luck with Switzerland.
Yeah, and please don't ask JT Batson to get on this. Okay? Yeah. Okay, JD Batson's not the guy you want on this. You want somebody who can, like Matt Crocker.
You want Crocker, yeah.
Or
Onyewu. Yeah.
You don't want Batson on. Batson.
JT the suit coming in here? Yeah, what's he going to do?
You want a suit calling Brian Oko? No, thanks. By the way, for the 140 of you here, make sure you like, subscribe, share it with your grandma. We do appreciate showing up with absolutely zero real news happening in U.S. soccer, just to shoot the shit with us about what's going on. We knew this, laughing out loud, exclusive, asked to wait for the United States.
Yeah, so apparently, I'm not going to pull up the article.
Several times,
Brian turned down Mexico as early as 2023. He got called in a couple times to U.S. camp, but the U.S. soccer apparently asked him to wait. And then
he did wait.
Wait. Well, my guess is wait till after 2026 is probably what they're saying. And Brian was like, well, Mexico's calling again, so I'll just go over there now.
From what I understand, he told Mexico that I'm going. He also told Mexico I'm waiting for the United States.
Yeah. So as back as like I said, back as early as 2023, he turned on Mexico.
Is that consistent with his recent comments, where he said he always wanted to play for Mexico?
Always dreamt of. I mean, there's kind of a difference there to an extent, splitting, but. From what he said, and even in this interview here, it indicated that he wanted to play for the United States.
That's like you got two girls after you, right? And this one girl's knocking on your door and saying, "Hey, let's go out. Come over to my apartment. You're like, I'm kind of waiting on Mary. I'm going to wait on Mary. Are you cool? No, okay. I'm going to wait on Mary for a little while." And then she finally shows up after like the fourth time, and Mary said, "We've moved on." And you're like, okay, all right, Jessica, we're down. We're on, baby. And so there are some Mexican posters who are like, yeah, well, fuck this, man. You want to play for us. Right. So
You're ridiculous calling Americans dual nats. It's saying that they're not just normal Americans because their parents are from Mexico.
Oh, fuck this shit.
Colin, right here, dual citizenship or nationality means an individual is legally recognized as a citizen of two countries simultaneously. It's not saying, hey, you're less of an American. We're saying, hey, you qualify for citizenship from multiple nations. That's all that is. You're making a mountain out of a molehill here.
You absolutely are, especially coming out of dual nat. It's ridiculous. So anyhow, we, of all people, are the least xenophobic show on there as far as dual nats go. We don't really give a fuck where you're from, and we've said it for years. And anyhow, I'm not going to.
If you're a citizen of the United States, you can play for the United States. I've always stood behind that. I don't care.
You want to play for somebody else? Like what's his face on Miami went and played for Greece? Good, no, fine. Yeah, fine. I don't care. I'm not. It doesn't matter to me. I'm totally cool with it. All right. What was the $5 thing we passed up and didn't read?
It was the super sticker that I pulled up on YouTube that you're like, whoa, it's Inception. It's going into each other.
Super sticker?
It was a super sticker.
What does that mean?
Well, on YouTube, you can post, instead of posting a comment, you can pick a sticker, which is basically just an emoji, an animated emoji. And that one says, hey, how you doing? Or whatever, something like that. But I pulled it up. I had YouTube pulled up. Don't you remember YouTube? And it was kind of going in on each other.
Yeah, I wasn't aware of super stickers.
Yeah, the super sticker was on the side. Yeah, but I can't pull it up on StreamYard. It doesn't give me, when I pull it up on StreamYard, it just says, hey, an angry American gave us $5 for a super sticker. I'm like, well, that's great.
Okay.
Show us what it is.
Doesn't tell us what they want us to read. Okay.
Nope.
And that's from what, Twitter, you said?
No, it was on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks anyhow. We appreciate it. All right, what else we got?
Transfer news, transfer news. Who's getting mounted on transfer news? Who's getting over on transfer news? Transfer news. Everyone loves that transfer news but me. Whatever.
Okay, as we get past that picture of me younger. No, actually, it was much better looking that. All right, Sporting Kansas City expressed interest in acquiring Kevin Sullivan. What? From the Philadelphia, why would Philly give him to San? That's before the primary MLS transfer window closed last month in a potential loan until summer to get a run of games. But Philly believed it didn't make sense. And there were never any serious talks. So why are we talking about this? Because that seems absurd to begin with. With the loan being rejected, it suggests that the union has firm plans. Of course, they're going to say they have firm plans for Kevin Sullivan. Now, whether or not that's turned into any sort of reality is a whole nother thing. But yes, I'd say Spider is right. Philly doesn't trust him yet. They don't. And I think basing it on his play, so his overall play so far, I understand why they're having that issue. There are other young players in MLS, maybe a little older than him, but not like massively older, who are a lot less hype coming into the season, who are blowing people's dicks off. Okay? Gozo. Okay? There are others. That one's the one particular for me that I've been extremely impressed with. I know a lot of people are on the New York Red Bull striker.
Yeah. I think
wears Zwolecki on his back.
I think it's really telling though that Sporting Kansas City approached Philly early on in the year before the transfer season ended to try to acquire him for a few month loan, like into the summer. It says more about their team. They're going into the MLS season knowing that their team was garbage and that they're hoping to get some kind of a creative option that they can throw out there. Because why else would you have a couple month loan for a kid whose highest regards are playing at MLS Next Pro? They're
definitely desperate. But I will give them credit. They're starting 3 U23s a game, basically. SKC. So maybe that would have been 4, at least for a few months. I don't know.
Last in the West.
Yeah, I know. They're horrible. So they're desperate, obviously. So they were trying new things. Kevin Sullivan, so far, in all the games I have watched, has not been like bad. He just has not been a difference maker for Philadelphia so far. And that's what you're looking for. And okay, I know he's a young teenager. He's just accumulated pubic hair. But still, he's a wonder kid, apparently. That's what we've been told. And we all told you, hold on your horses. Let's see how this works out. He still hopefully has some time to grow, because it's very noticeable how much smaller than he is everybody else on the pitch. And a lot of you will say, well, look at Messi, or some will say, oh, Messi's not tall. Messi's a man. All right. And he is also one of the greatest players of all time. Tiny players do have difficulty dealing with physicality hasn't been his big issue. I think it's more about like understanding his role on that team, which has not been very good this season. So I'm not putting it all on Kevin Sullivan, but it's not like he has been like, whoa, look at what this motherfucker can do. It's not been like that.
He's a talented 16-year-old kid that's playing with a bunch of grown-ass adults who've been in the league for years and years and years and years and years together. It's not gonna be perfect. He's not gonna just enter the pitch and blow dicks away.
Yep,
it's not gonna happen. I'm sorry, he's not that type of player. I mean, he might be that type of player in the end, but right now, being his first actual professional move forward in his career, it's not gonna be great. There's going to be a learning curve. There's going to be growing pains, physically or mentally and physically, literally and figuratively.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right. Taylor Twelman says the last 48 hours, I've had many messages. That's odd. From people in Europe asking my opinion about Xavier Gozo. Who the fuck do you think is contacting him from Europe? All of them asking if he goes to the World Cup. Not kidding you. Well, okay. Premier League teams salivating at the prospect and expect. Yeah, okay, no, that's like, okay, Twelman doesn't usually post shit like this. So I would have to imagine either he's like, I know something, and so I'm going to post it, which is fine. I would hope he's not overextending himself here. And I don't know who these people in Europe, I mean, that's really general. Like,
well, as Big Tone says, PSV, maybe Ernie Stewart's reaching out to him.
Ernie Stewart doesn't need to reach out to Taylor Twelman. He barely knows who fucking Taylor Twelman is. He would not reach out to Taylor Twelman about Gozo. He would just fucking call the coach of RSL. So that's ridiculous. No, Gozo has been extremely impressive. I am not going to pull a Zalalem here and go like, okay, but I'm close, Brett. This is the closest I've been in a while to saying this player should be in Europe tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, you probably didn't get to see this response because you've been blocked. Here's U.S. Men's National Team prospects.
Oh yeah, that guy's such a pussy fart. It's unbelievable.
Hey, I don't have any problem with him. It's a you and him problem.
Oh, you don't use lube references with him, okay?
Very true, very true.
That hurts his feelings.
Here, I want you to read his response.
I'll go a step. I'm gonna read it like he talks. I'll go a step further and say I've heard his wrist already signed with Villa. True? I don't know for sure, but that's the talk out there. He is not signed for Villa. Just everybody chill out. No. He's not already signed for Villa.
You know who's responded to U.S. Men's National Team prospect?
And they're about to get banned. False.
Gozo's agent.
Hey, U.S. Men's National Team prospects, stop whipping out the Aston Villa lube so early. And I'm glad that the agent's like, you're a fucking moron. And you're a fucking pussy. And you can't take criticism. And if anybody disagrees with you, you queef on yourself and shit your fucking pants like the little fucking baby fairy that you are. Piece of shit. Anyhow, this is one of the guys that's been around forever, and he just cannot, for the life of him, get over anything remotely weird in his responses or anyone that disagrees with him. Block, 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 block. What a wanker. All right.
On a more
sports
positive
news.
side of notes, we talked about this rumor last week, I believe, where Liverpool is set to make a summer chase for Malik Tillman. Yeah, we talked about that.
Come on. No, not happening.
I bring this back up because the new rumor now is that Fulham are exploring it.
And it's coming from Transfer News Live. Oh, yay.
Again.
Another schlock. You shouldn't bother
I
trusting.
gotta give him more props than say somebody like a BMV, what was it, BVB news blog or whatever.
Oh, that guy's
Again,
idiot.
this guy's got like 1.5 million followers. I mean,
Okay,
people
'cause
follow him.
There's at least 1 million people out there who are desperate idiots who want any news. However, I will say this post, although he's still throwing darts at the wall, is much more possible than the Liverpool schlock. Okay? This is possible. Fulham is probably and has probably taken a look at Malik Tillman. This is believable. It's possible that that is true. It's probably gets down to the fact that they're looking at a lot of people right now, including Malik Tillman. You could put that list that the Fulham scouts are thinking about for midfield probably at 20 players at this point from 5 different leagues. Okay.
So question for you, Derek, because I mean the Liverpool rumor has Leverkusen pricing him at 60 mil.
No.
But my point is, even if it's a third of that or 2/3 of that, that's still a pricey amount. You take into consideration that they're still likely to probably reach out to PSV in the summer for Pepe at 25 mil. I mean, are we looking at funds that Fulham just simply don't have?
Correct. It's full money Fulham's not going to spend. Not that much. 60? Are you fucking joking? What has Tillman done at Leverkusen this season that have lit anybody's nuts on fire? Nothing. Absolutely zero, nothing. He's a very solid player who isn't necessarily even a locked-in starter. Didn't start this weekend. Came in with 90 minutes, already passed in the game. All right, so let's not get overly goddamn excited about this. If you're going to put Fulham in Liverpool, Fulham is much more likely to make a move like that, but not at 60 million. That ain't happening. Okay, so that's a joke. Fulham are not spending $60 million on.
Do you think since Leverkusen just got him, that the 60 million mark is sort of like the Josh Sargent 30 million that Norwich was asking for?
Well, I'll say
they don't expect anybody to follow up with.
So if we can go back, said Tillman's ready for a move. He needs a more prominent role. I couldn't read it. It went by too fast.
This one right here.
Yeah,
No.
Tillman isn't ready for the EPL. He needs to play a more prominent role for Leverkusen and have bigger numbers in the Bundesliga. I would agree. Let's keep in mind this is Malik Tillman's first time playing first-team ball in the Bundesliga. So can we give him at least a couple seasons at Leverkusen to settle in? Maybe 3 seasons before we start talking about fucking Liverpool?
What a horrible place to have to spend 3 seasons at. Oh, no.
Yeah, just leave the guy alone. He's having to adapt since coming from PSV. This is a better overall league, better competition. What we are finding out about Malik Tillman is that he's a better finisher than he is a playmaker. He's not really getting a ton of assists here. He's a good goal scorer. He's a good finisher. But maybe we should have already learned that from his time at PSV, honestly. We should have learned that already based on what we saw, which is surprising in a lot of ways because I think a lot of us thought of him as a playmaker. But honestly, he's looking more like a finisher than he is a playmaker. All right. But give him time, people. All these people posting this shit about Liverpool need to chill the fuck out. Yeah. Julian Divas says for $4.99, hey, brother, hope you're well. What do you guys think of Banks being benched? To me, he will choose U.S. men's national team because he isn't good enough for Germany. He sees U.S. men's national team as a backup option. Well, I can tell you this much, Julian. He ain't going to choose us this time. So whoever put the honey in his ear, which would be Nagelsmann, I think that there's a good chance. I don't know what the percentage number is, but there is a chance that he will look back on this and regret his decision.
Could have played in an extra World Cup.
Listen, based on who we've got, he had a chance to actually play in this World Cup, not just tag along.
Yeah, Donovan had the hot take that he was going to start. That's horribly unfortunate timing. I've got a hot take for this World Cup. No, Kai Banks is going to be our starting center back next to Richards, and then the news comes out. Yeah, I'm not going to make a decision based off this World Cup. Oh, that's horrible timing.
I mean, are there any players who look back and regret who didn't pick us? No, I don't think so.
I think Rossi's a big agent comment was that that is sort of what it kind of felt that way by the end of it. And maybe he probably would have rather have chosen to play for the U.S. instead.
Maybe. But I can't think of many players who decide to play for a different country who look back on it and now think regret. Maybe Rossi's as close as we get. Certainly not Sabatic.
I'm sure Jonathan Gonzalez loves the fact they made that one-time switch to never be seen again. Mind you, he wouldn't play for the U.S.
He would not play for us either, yeah. So I know it was hilarious how big of a deal that was. And I think we were thinking it at the time even. It's like, it's not really that big of a deal, guys.
The fucking socials were lit on fire that day.
He's not that good.
I'm like, guys, it's his decision. Calm the fuck down. Who cares?
And he's not that good. I'm sorry.
He was having a pretty good season with I think he was with Monterrey at the time or whatever it was.
Yeah, but one season is you know.
The U.S. men's national team's socials were looking at it going like, oh look, he's having a good season. Oh my God, we're gonna lose him. So
yeah. Oh, by the way, John Brooks played this weekend.
Got a minute or so in there, right?
You got a whole minute in extra time.
Woo!
He's
back. Better than nothing, right? Better than nothing.
He's back. Just so let people know, he's been healthy for some time now. He's just not playing.
Yeah, one season can be a fluke. One season was a fluke.
It was a fluke. Absolutely. Yeah. So anyhow,
that's the thing though. Like when we talk about dual nets and stuff like that, that's why Derek and I don't get pissed off about things. We're just like, whatever.
We've been around so long, we've seen it all, people. We don't lose any sleep from any of this. Trust me.
Yeah.
It just falls where it falls, and we deal. All right. Trent Alexander-Arnold regrets choosing England over us. I doubt it. John Tolkien's season might be over, but he avoids a serious injury. Well, no, that season's coming to an end. And
Ghost. We're talking like what, like a month and some change?
Yep. And his team we're relegated. Everybody picked them to finish top of the table or near it. They are at the below half. Okay. So Holstein Kiel's been jack crap. There you go. They've not been good. And Tolkien's had a so-so season. It's been up and down, a roller coaster. I still watched a lot of those games, just wondering how he was doing. I don't watch them anymore. But just like me watching Greuther Fürth games. By the time they started dropping into the bottom four, I'm like, fuck it. I'm not watching this shit anymore. Not watching Holstein Kiel. What are you kidding me? Survive relegation? No, I'll pass. I'll pass on that. Good luck to John Tolkien. All right.
Yeah.
What else we got?
Good news. Johnny Cardoso is back in training with Atletico Madrid. Man, he was supposed to be out for like 4 weeks. 4 weeks.
Who's the jackass who said he's was totally healthy when he came back.
Well, it was an Atletico page of some form, news or whatever. But they said
Yeah.
basically what it was is the 100% was the all clear by U.S. medical staff, and then he went back to Spain, which Atletico's medical staff said, no, this guy is injured. He's going to be out for like 4 weeks. 1 week later, he's training. He's back, guys.
And then somebody in his supposed entourage went to the media, supposedly, and said, Pochettino, he puts these guys through like all these hard practices, like making them sprint and run and all this stuff.
He makes us run up and down the pitch, pass the ball,
Shoot. It's absurd what he did to Johnny and the rest of that team. No wonder they're all getting injured. Really? Okay. Well, I wouldn't let anyone in my entourage say that, and I hope that's bullshit. Yeah. So maybe Johnny needs to stick with communicating with
shut the fuck up.
with tact. Just talk to tact from here on out. Don't talk to your entourage anymore. Get back to communicating with Filippo. All right. Now I'm sure they actually still talk. So Larry says for $2, JJ or Dooley, best CM ever. Xenophobia is real. I mean, my personal
Derek's bias. He's biased here.
Jermaine Jones. But hey, man, I'm not going to lie. When Dooley joined our team and he played in the 90s, I thought it was the greatest thing since sliced bread. I loved it. So I think Dooley got screwed as a manager here in the United States. The fact that he's not managing at least an MLS team in this country is an absolute joke.
With how much MLS coaches just get shuffled about across MLS, like you fail here, well, there's going to be 5 other teams that are going to be looking to hire you. It's weird. I guess for me in that sense is, I was like 11. I was 11 about that time period when Dooley was around. Maybe 11 to a little bit later changed, 11 to 15 range. I'm more familiar with the JJ era, and I'm a little biased on JJ too.
Just a little history, Brett, for people who don't know.
Yeah.
In the 80s and 90s, as Scottish-speaking, English-speaking Scots, people with accents from Great Britain, South Africa, even South Africa, imagine that, dominated the coaching ranks as far as youth soccer and upwards in the United States.
100%.
Dominated. You could throw in a few Croats, maybe a Serb here and there. But if you spoke German, nope. There were some. Ziggy Schmid made it through. There were a few. But guys like Dooley got fucking totally left off. And so many German coaches were ignored and passed on here in the United States because they didn't speak English perfectly. Okay, so gonna pick not that all of us can even understand half the motherfuckers that live in Scotland. Okay, but yeah, Jones more recently getting totally fucked over. Joe Enox has been unemployed for a season and a half. Why has he not come back and coached an MLS team? He's coached Bundesliga 3, Bundesliga 2 for years.
Yeah.
And been successful in both. Never got an offer to come over here. I get it. He's got a restaurant and a bar where he lives there in Germany. Maybe he didn't want to leave. But, I think if he got an offer, he would. Do you think
he's in the back cooking, and do you think he's at the bar making drinks?
No, I've seen pictures. He just walks around drinking and talking to people.
He can go and do other things while that continues to run. It's always going to be there.
Yep. That bar's been there for 10 years. So he's been a coach during most of that time, up until the last 2 years. All right. But no, Germans, and Jonah Enox, by the way, is an American, but he's been in Germany his whole life since he was like 19, 20. So there's that. How do you all get up in the morning and put on clothes without finding a way to die? If Diego Luna doesn't make the World Cup roster it would be a shock similar to when Landon Donovan was left out of the squad, in my humble opinion. Well, your opinion is indeed very humble. Comparing fucking Landon Donovan to Diego Luna is not a fair comparison. Landon Donovan was a goddamn multiple World Cup staple for this country. Comparing the two of them is ridiculous.
Well,
they don't even play the same position. They're not even close to the same kind of player. And the only thing that Diego Luna, he came back, he's played better in MLS recently, but don't compare him to Landon Donovan. That's ridiculous.
Well, I'm sorry, but that's not fair to Diego Luna, quite frankly. Because basically you're propping this up that if Diego does get included in the World Cup roster, if he doesn't do anything less than ball out, then it's just going to look that much worse.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you can't make a comparison because what has Diego Luna done that puts him on the same platform as Landon Donovan?
Is Diego Luna a fucking U.S. men's national team legend? Has he scored an amazing goal in a World Cup to get us to the next round? Is he, when you talk to fans that have been following the game since the 2000s, everybody knows fucking who Landon Donovan is and his broken ass hair. Everybody knows who he is. All right.
Larry says Lando is playing like shit in MLS pre-World Cup. Larry, I've got a question for you now. If you had to take one player off the bench, would you take Chris Wondolowski or would you have Landon Donovan come off the bench? Yeah. Who would you bet your house on to be more productive coming off the bench?
Exactly. And if you can play him out wide too, by the way. So the other thing is,
or Brad Davis for that matter, yeah.
Are we forgetting the Gold Cup? Where Landon Donovan was player of the Gold Cup? After coming back from his Cambodian retreat where he smoked weed and apparently accidentally smoked some acid or whatever and was tripping balls and was considering either jumping off a cliff to commit suicide or had to pull it together. I don't know if you watched that interview. But he was like, I was tripping balls, man. I thought it was weed. There was some other shit in there. I was tripping balls. So
when they talked about the pre-World Cup camp there, who was talking about Landon Donovan being the most in shape at that point over everybody.
Well, we can't say who that is.
I mean, okay, I thought it was common knowledge, so that's why I was asking who it was.
No, I don't know if I could even say it to this day who said that, but there are multiple players who are absolutely shocked, including coaches who quit after the announcement that Landon Donovan wasn't going to make the team because they thought it was absurd. Because he was the best in-shape player at the camp. He was the last player in what are those death runs that they used to do?
Yeah, whatever it was, yeah.
Everybody else was puking. He was still running. So he was not out of shape. Was he having a not great MLS season? It wasn't great. Of course, he missed chunks of it. So, yeah, it was a stop and start, stop, start. But when he played for the U.S., he was still Landon Donovan in the Gold Cup. And even Dempsey, I remember him specifically when Donovan scored in the Gold Cup, him going over to Donovan and pointing at him and saying, he's still the dude. He's still the man. You can read his lips. You can read his lips. And by the way, those two weren't even that friendly with one another. And fucking Dempsey still did that. To the coach. To Klinsmann. So there we go. Yeah, it's not comparable. If Diego Luna doesn't make... That's like saying if Zendejas doesn't make the team. Like, Zendejas has been so super consistently one of the best players for the best team in Mexico. For how long? He's no guarantee either. So there's that. All right, is this the time of the show where we show people how we're going to get knocked out of the group?
Yeah.
So
I got Colin posted up a two different formations. One being the most recent, the fan favorite, and then one being Poach's. And the Poach one being the Uruguay game plus Pulisic. Okay. So I feel like having this up while we talk about the possibility of getting grouped, I think is a viable thing to have pulled up here.
Can you make it bigger?
I can individually, sure. Which one do you want? Do you want the Uruguay plus Pulisic, or do you want the fan favorite?
Let's do Uruguay plus Pulisic. Yeah, I can't see Reyna starting here anymore. I think, yeah, I don't think Poach believes right now as much as he did during November. So I don't think Luna's even going to make the team. So there's
Well,
that.
again, this is just Uruguay versus plus 6.
I know. I don't think
Uh,
Morris is going to make the team either. I don't think Tolkien's definitely not making the team. Isn't it crazy that this lineup did that great against Uruguay?
Well, no, I mean, it doesn't surprise me in the slightest because this, I mean, while different lineup in general, the last 3 games, while completely different type of games, all resulted around the same formula in the sense. Start the first half off strong, take your chances when you get them. Uruguay game, we took them, we capitalized, we put Uruguay out of the game completely. The Belgium game, we didn't. We got curb stomped in the end. And then Portugal, same thing. We didn't capitalize our chances. So I mean, it's just.
I know
flying high.
I know you've also said, I'm willing to go with the back 4 thing, the fluid 4 thing. That's fine if you want to. I rewatched the game after you confronted with me. I still say that's a back 3, and we're just gonna have to agree to disagree with that. That's a back 3 because there's always 3 in the back, always, regardless. So for me,
well, isn't that the point of the fluid 4, the back 4? And since that one person's always pushing up, there's always going to be 3.
To me, it looked more like a fluid 5. But what am I? Who am I?
The issue you're kind of come across is that whether or not if it's a fluid 4, that would mean that in this case, or in the case against Portugal, both Jedi and Freeman could get up in the attack. Whereas, was Freeman really in the attack that consistently? I don't know. I'd have to go back and rewatch that. But I always recall seeing Jedi up higher. Than Freeman in that sense.
Yeah, but for me, there was always 3 guys in the back, regardless. And yes, fluid, I guess, if you want. But it seemed to me it was always still 3 guys solidly back there holding the back 3, regardless. But anytime, that's what we need to keep. We need to keep that. I don't care if you call it the fluid 4 or a fluid 5 or whatever you want to call it. Having 3 guys back there that you can depend on is important.
Well, the difference between, say, a fluid, quote unquote, fluid 5, I guess, or whatever, playing with wing backs with the back 3 or having a fluid 4 is you'd have the Dest/Weah role when they played the right wing back against Portugal or Paraguay in that sense, where they had limited to no responsibility in the defense. Jedi still got back. He played defense. When we were in the defense, there's still 4 back, plus our dual midfielders. But Weah didn't really track back as a wing back would.
No.
Neither did Dest for the most part.
We cannot do that. And we cannot do this thing where we did more recently where Weah doesn't track back. And it's an obvious back 4 with mostly, actually, if you really want to be honest, a back 2. This is back 2. Because the wings were so fucking high up the field most of the time. Yeah, it was really the central midfielder who was coming back to play the extra, like Maloney role, center back. Anyhow, regardless of that, we got to go back to the back 3. That's when we performed well. That's how we played well. I don't care what you want to call it, but that's what it's got to be. Anyhow, I think it would be more effective if we looked at each team, like if we could just pull up like who we're going to play in our group, and let's go through it game by. I mean, we could almost do what we did with all the other groups we've done so far, except do the worst case scenario on that site you've been using, which I think has been awesome.
God, I have to think about what the site's called now.
I don't remember either.
Let me think about this.
Yeah. So what we've been doing with the other groups, if you want to go back, you can catch it on our non-live shows. We've been breaking down each group by group, which we're going to get back to now that all the groups are filled out. This won't be our actual pick for what we think what will happen in the group. What we're going to give you tonight is a worst case scenario of how we could actually get grouped in this group. It's very possible, people. Unfortunately, it is. So even if we win one game, we could still get grouped. It's possible. Or just pull up the group either way on Wikipedia.
There it is. That's it.
Oh.
Oh no. Oh, nope, our stuff's still here. Good.
Okay, good.
All right,
good.
Group D.
We will redo Group D for our actual predictions. What we're doing tonight is worst case scenario, game by game.
Good news, we qualified.
0 points. All right, let's do this. First game.
Well, okay, so
Paraguay.
this is us talking about if we're going to get groups. So I mean, this isn't necessarily going to be our analysis for the group, is it?
No, we're going to come back and do it for real for the group things that we're putting out individually. We're talking about worst case scenario. Yeah. Let's say we lose to Paraguay 1-0.
We barely scraped away a 1-0 victory in November. So
I know.
I mean, it's not a guaranteed win by any means. I mean, it's a winnable game. Don't get me wrong.
Well, and look at some of the teams Paraguay's beaten in the last year, right? They beaten Brazil. It's not like, it's not impossible. We could lose a game 1-0. And then we'll say Turkey beats Australia.
I'm just putting them in the spot so we think it's gonna be. I'm not worried about goal differential right now.
And let's just say in this particular game, we tie 1-1. Okay. We got a point. Then Turkey beats Paraguay. Then we lose to Turkey 2-1. And Paraguay and Australia tie. Are we out?
Of course.
We're out. We're out of the World Cup. We just went out of the World Cup. And are any of those results
out of the question?
Out of the question? Absolutely not.
This is the group again. We've talked about this when we got the group, and we were covering that. Well, we didn't cover it live, but we covered it live that night. This is a group, and we didn't know we had Turkey yet, but we looked at who we could play, and we assumed it was going to be them. That this is a group that every game's both winnable and losable.
Yep,
is that a word? Losable.
Yeah,
yeah. So I mean, this is going to be a hodgepodge, and it really is going to boil down to what U.S. men's national team shows up that day. Is this a team that we're going to come out and we're going to capitalize our chances like we did against Uruguay, Paraguay, Australia prior to this? Or is this a team that we're going to see show up against Belgium where we had a good first half, failed to capitalize our chances, and then just wait for them to, curb stomp us?
Hey,
it's a hit or miss. It's a coin flip. It really is.
Change this and give us a 1-1 tie versus Paraguay. Do we still finish bottom of the group? I believe we do.
Goal differential at that point.
Yep.
It depends on how badly we lose Turkey and so forth, and how badly Australia loses to Turkey. And even then, maybe not, because it's only we have to finish in like we have to finish in the top or whatever top 8 or whatever it is. 1, 2, 3, 4,
right.
5, 6, 7, 8. And as of right now, Australia is there with 2, but we haven't done the rest of the groups by any means. But
but we could even beat Paraguay and lose to Australia and Turkey and be out of the group.
Oh, sure.
Yep. There are lots of different ways. We're trying to do the most like close-knit, like close games, right? Even if we beat Paraguay 1-0, where do we end up at the bottom there?
Say Turkey's not going to get 9 points. To an experience, according to Calvin. Sorry, what was the question?
Some really good players on that team.
If we do what?
So based on us beating Paraguay and us finishing 3rd, do we still get in?
Again, it just depends. We haven't done the rest of the groups.
I know, but still check it.
Technically speaking, yes.
Yeah, okay.
But again, we haven't done 90% of the groups here.
So we'll do this for real, but I want people to realize this is This isn't like fanciful. This isn't like can't happen. This can happen. This is very possible. Okay?
It's a very winnable group.
It's very winnable. It's very losable.
Yeah. So I mean, it's
we don't have any Cape Verdes in here. Whatever.
The big problem really is that again we've over the course of the last handful of windows, we've seen the hot and the cold of the U.S. men's national team, and we're not flying into this World Cup going, oh, we're flying on all cylinders. We're gonna smoke the competition. We come out here and we can win all 3 games easy. Not easy, but you know what I'm saying.
No,
it could easily be that, is what I'm saying.
Australia, by the way, people just don't. This isn't New Zealand. This is a very skilled team with players who play all over Europe. Now, they don't play at great places, a lot of them, but they are like hardcore. This is a hardcore team.
And when we played them last time, they played rugby versus our soccer. So,
and they'll expect more of the same in the World Cup for sure. And Paraguay's not rolling over, and Turkey already showed us what they can do to us. Okay.
You mean in the window before the Gold Cup?
Correct.
Okay. I'm not necessarily taking that result as a be-all, end-all as far as how we're going to perform against Turkey by any means.
Did we look even competent against Turkey?
I think we also had a very MLS-heavy team and missing a couple of Euro stars.
Okay, I still think Turkey's a good team. They have some really good.
I'm not taking anything away from Turkey. I'm just saying I'm not going to take that one game as an indication as far as how they took it to us. I mean, yes, they beat us.
Turkey has players that play in like us, have players that play in some of the best teams in the world.
Sure.
So
hands down, not going to argue.
All I can say is some of this is a coin flip. It really is, people, and you just hope you don't show up and call heads for the first 3 and get tails on all of them, and we just don't show up, or we crack under pressure, or God forbid, Poach can't figure out what formation to play and who to play, and we end up playing some guys who shouldn't be playing in formations we shouldn't be playing, or he decides we're going to dominate all these teams, and so we're going to play balls out, and we get our asses countered in all 3 games. Or fucking Matt Freeze has a brain freeze and can't clear a ball and it goes in the goal. Like we don't have Tim Howard, okay? We don't have the kind of guys we used to have. This team could crack. Tim Ream will probably start the first game. I think so. I think he will. I think he's vulnerable. I think we got lots of vulnerabilities if we don't play 3 in the back. If you play Tim Ream as 2 in the back, we're fucked. We're completely fucked. I hope Poach realizes this.
I think you mentioned Howard. We don't have a Howard and stuff like that. And I'm not going to say any of our goalkeepers are anywhere on the realm of Howard as far as shot stoppers are concerned.
Nowhere near.
But I wonder how out of sorts Tim Howard probably might have potentially looked if he had to play in today's game where you're reliant on playing out of the back with pressure.
Yeah, totally different game. You're right.
So it's just like, would we be looking at Howard if he was, top form Howard? So still one of the best shot stoppers we've had. You still have him playing today's game. Do you think would we be looking at his feet game going, and all of a sudden we're like, I don't feel comfortable with him behind in between the pipes.
Well, we might say that about his feet, but we certainly wouldn't say that about his shot stopping.
Top notch, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, his shot stopping is so good. I wouldn't care. I'd just let Tim Howard blast the ball to midfield every time. But the thing is, we don't have a shot stopper of that quality. We just simply don't.
Nope.
We don't. And if we did, I'd be fine. If Matt Turner was as good at shot stopping as Tim Howard was, and as poor with his feet as he is, I'd be like, I don't give a fuck.
If I can't think of his name right now, the goalkeeper. He's just in Matt Turner. If Matt Turner had the confidence and shot stopping ability he had during the 2022 cycle,
Yeah.
qualifying and all that stuff. If he had that confidence, I would feel confident because
Yep.
nobody's feet is great. So I'm just like, if we had that Turner where he was that confident playing that successfully, I think at that point I'd feel more confident.
No, I agree with you. I think, but and the point being, we just don't have anybody that, like, Matt Freese showed some shot stopping ability in his last friendly, where you're like, okay, I'm going to take that, and I think Poach will take that over Matt Turner going into this World Cup because he made 2 really good saves that, honestly, I think one of them would have gone past Matt Turner.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Freeze's, at least his placement and his angle, the way he places his body, it's just better. I think Matt Turner loses himself in front of goal sometimes. He's a little slow on the reaction. So we'll see, but I'm still not comfortable with Matt Freese. Matt Freese is not Tim Howard or Friedel or, go back, Casey Keller, Tony Miola. He's none of those dudes. And none of them are really that great with their feet. Klinsmann would be our guy with the feet if you want to bring a guy who can kick it around or coaching, but he's too young. So, yeah, I'm nervous. I mean, listen, this worst case scenario, I hate to say it, but it could happen. But we will be back to clean it out. Christopher says, for $5, thank you, Christopher. Honestly, it could happen, but it's a low chance. I'm more concerned about round 32 exit to any decent opponent. I'd agree with that, too. I do think it's low. I think if we can't finish at least third as a third place team and get out of the group, now we're really in trouble. But the math does give us the opportunity to fuck that up. And listen, if we had one horrible team in this group, certainly would help everybody else, right? Because we'd all have a guarantee win.
Yeah.
But there are no horrible teams in this group. There are no horrible teams. None. So,
but I mean, that could also play to our benefit too, because if you're going into third match needing a result, and the person you need a result against is going against a shit team, you're going, well, geez, now the pressure's really on me because they're obviously going to win, and they're going to win probably by big. Whereas if we need a result against Turkey, at least at that point, whether we're going against Paraguay or Australia for that second place spot, we at least know that there's 2 teams in that game that could vie for that for a result in that game.
Yeah. No, you're right.
It does give us a little more wiggle room as far as what happens, I
mean, the whole point of what you're saying about pressure is like, how are these guys going to react under that pressure at home? How are they going to be nervous about the pressure, or are they going to feed into it, the support? Somebody, I can't remember who. We're not being pessimistic, Brenner. What we're doing here is laying out the worst case scenario. Now, this isn't our actual picks for this group. We're going to do that.
That's why I got rid of it all.
Right. We're going to do that later. So we don't believe that. I don't think that's what's going to happen here, but it is possible. It's not impossible. It's not even close to impossible. It is not probable, but it is potentially something that could happen. We all were here watching the Trinidad and Tobago game. Not all of us. Brett and I were watching the Trinidad and Tobago game, knowing all the weird math that needed to happen in that 2018 World Cup qualifier.
Mm-hmm.
And we were like, well, fuck. The weirdest shit needs to happen tonight for us not to qualify. The weirdest shit ever. Not only do we need to lose, but other weird shit needs to happen. And all of that weird shit happened, and we lost.
It's Murphy's Law right there.
Yes.
Anything that can happen will happen.
So we don't want we don't want Murphy's Law. None of us do, guys. But I just want to say it's not impossible. It's far from impossible. There is a chance we could get grouped. It's not something I hope happens. Obviously, I don't want it to happen. I want us to be great. but we can't rule it out because we have 3 really decent teams in our group, and we've been a little bit erratic. Those last 2 friendlies we played gave me no confidence whatsoever, outside of 25 minutes in the first both halves.
If we place third, we'll play on the 4th of July.
Not necessarily.
It'd be pretty fucking cool, though.
If we place third, we may not make it out of all the other third place teams. Remember,
I'm assuming he's referring that we do qualify as one of the 8 third place teams.
yeah. I mean, I don't know how cool that would be, because then you're playing a monster of a team. You're probably playing Argentina or Spain or
No, I hear you. It's just funny. It's the 250th anniversary, playing on the 4th of July. I mean, I hate to lose on that day, of course, but
no, that would be bad. But I mean, depends on who we're playing with. Maybe that'll inspire us. So I'm not laying anything out. Like maybe we play inspired through the whole World Cup, and we're just all of us are blown away, and we wreck Paraguay 3-0. And then we trash Australia, 3-0. And then we go into our last game and we're smoking a joint and laying back, right? So that'd be great.
If we play on the 4th of July, we need a Rocky IV moment where somebody comes down, dressed up in an all-American outfit, go "Living in America."
Yeah. Brenner's saying, I have to check my calendar. My daughter getting married during the World Cup. Congratulations to you. Many of you may not know, I am now a grandfather. Wow. Grandpa.
Yep.
I'm a grandpa.
Yep.
That's scary.
Brenner, on a similar note, my brother-in-law and his wife got married during the 2014 World Cup when USA played England. Was it 2004? Yeah, it was 2010. 2010. And I got to watch the first 45 minutes, and then somebody spoiled it during the reception. Oh, did you see US tied England? I'm like, you motherfucker. Nobody in this fucking wedding watches soccer. How come I'm next to you?
Yep, remember that. I am now an Opie. My 30-year-old, yes, I am a 30-year-old son who has had a baby girl. So I am now a grandpa. Pretty weird. And that happened like 3 weeks ago. But anyhow, I didn't bring it up in the last shows, so I thought I'd say it now. Mm-hmm. All right. We will be back next Monday. Thanks to all of the 168 of you who were here tonight. We do appreciate it. Make sure you like, subscribe, share it with grandma. Don't forget to comment down in the section. It fucks with the algorithm, as they always say. It does help. I don't know how much it helps, but we do reply. Brett replies. I reply. So do it. Throw down your opinion about this World Cup and worst case scenario. And if you don't believe it, good for you. Good for your positivity. And, generally, Brett and I are staying positive too. I don't think the worst case scenario is going to happen. So we'll be back with our actual real picks for Group D later. We will finish up all of the groups. We're going to record. I think we'll do one this week, Brett. One more for Group A, I think, because they're now a complete group. And then we'll continue to make predictions across that. But we will be back Monday. Until then, thank you from the Straight Red Card. Have a great night.
That hurt.
Welcome to the post-match press conference of the match between...
Sometimes people have sex in different ways. 69. And one way is a type of sex called oral sex.
It's really good.
I don't particularly enjoy it.
Set the right tone, set the standards.
No, it's not one of my favorites.
and knowledge and also experience from different people. And
Only if you're doing it right.
I am very good.
Every man thinks he knows which positions women love, but most are completely wrong.